So, guys, how is uSlee going to get out of this one? How is Slee going to explain herself? Because she went and had a sit down with RD, and she claims that RD is the one that called her. I'm like, how did RD have your number, girl? Huh? How did RD have your number? Listen, you guys, I appreciate the sit down because we do love the drama on Real Housewives. But I'm like, Slee, if there was any hope at all that you and Nonko were going to work out your relationship, now it's gone. There's no way. There is no way that anybody is going to be okay with somebody that used to be your friend going and having a meal, a drink with a person that is your ex, especially an ex that you don't get, you don't get along with. An ex that allegedly stole from you. How is that going to happen? So Slee goes and has a sit down with Arthur. I'm like, girl, I was trying to like you. I know she's having a hard season this season because she's not likable. No matter what she does, Slee, this season, she's not likable. I feel like she's just not the Slee that we met last season. So she's very hard to like. But I was like, still wanting to give her chance. And I was like, you know what? Even your dresses, I was like, I'm going to give Slee's dresses a chance. I know everybody's talking about Slee's dresses. I was like, no, man. The dresses are not that bad. I was like, the dresses are not that bad. I will give the dresses a chance. But now I'm like, no. So, guys, they sit down. And I was like, how did this happen? I think you guys, the producers, want to hear, or they wanted us to hear from RD, but they did not want to seem messy by maybe forcing go to have a sit down with RD. So what they did was that they already had RD's number because RD was on the show last year, obviously. When they needed to shoot with him, they would be in contact with him. And they were like, listen, Slee is talking about you on the show. And if you want, we can give you guys a chance to talk on camera. What do you think? And RD was like, I'm okay. And then they were like, you know what? So that it doesn't look so bad on Slee, let's say that you were the one that initiated the whole thing. And then RD was like, okay, Nishen join. RD was like, Nishen join. And he came wearing just casual, those pair of, I feel like RD does impahla zakhe zigqoka njalo. Remember ukuthi ubesonke kanjani while he was saying, hey, I'm a two-piece. I'm like, I'm wondering what happened to the two pieces now. He doesn't wear them as much. So he shows up, you guys. RD. Listen, do I believe the story that RD is telling? I do feel like, you guys, there is RD's side of the story, there's Nonko's side of the story, and somewhere in between there is the truth. And I don't think we're ever going to know what the truth is. So this is a story that RD is telling you guys, which I am tired of, but let's talk about it, because when Nonko told her side of the story on the show, we talked about it. Let's talk about RD's side of the story. So Slee's like, listen, man, we are over there on the shore, and a single mom is there telling people that you scammed her. What's happening? Atu arti ngiyabonga nkosazana. Guys, listen, don't have sit downs with Zulu guys. Hey, they will charm you. Ngiyabonga nkosazana. Yabo. And he says, listen, we met with Tononku, did what we did, we did the deeds. But then he says that he has a project by Margate. By the way, you guys, whoever is interpreting for sure makes we are better, because the subtitle said that I was making gates. No, what he said was he had a project, not the project of making gates. Hey, they interpreted nonsense there. He said I had a project by Margate, the place Margate. And Nonko also has her own projects by Margate. And there was a project Nonko that was falling apart, and he was helping her with the project. Okay. So now I'm like, okay, project, artist project, Nonko's project. And I'm like, okay, now I get the material thing, because then we're looking at, are there possibilities that RD's workers took Noku's material without permission. So she said she was helping her with that project. He was even working with Noku's brother. I didn't even know that Noku had a brother. He was even working with Noku's brother. He can testify to that. One day Noku calls her after they had been together earlier on that day, and then Noku calls her and says, listen, I am being told that your workers came and took my material. So it wasn't RD that took the material. It was the workers. Or Noku's workers were claiming that RD's workers took the material. Okay. And then she's like, listen, I know nothing about that, but I will ask them. She says that was it. Okay. Now, editors this season, you guys, I do feel like they need to hire new people, because conversations are just not flowing. The person that is editing this season maybe it was not the same person that edited last season, because the conversations are just not flowing well. So says that, and then she says there was it. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, so then there was a breakup, Did you get to prove that the material, you did not take the material? Did you have another conversation after that we don't get in that conversation? Now, I'm like, Slee, you went all the way to meet RD and you did not ask him about the car? What the hell? Maybe I was going to continue liking you even though I think this was too messy for you to do, to go and have a sit down with Nonko's ex. It was too messy, okay? But I was like, I was going to be okay if you got us enough scoop, enough tea for us to drink. And I was like, this tea, listen, it was a tea, but when you make, a cup of tea and then you go somewhere for like 10 minutes and you come and you're like, it's not really cold, but it's not as hot, That's that type of tea. It would have been really hot if, Slee was like, listen, now tell me about the car situation. Okay, what happened with the car situation? Did you buy Nonko a car? Why did you guys fake that situation? Did Nonko know that situation was fake? So who had paid for the car? Why did the car go back to the dealership if it went to the dealership? I wanted that scope. Slee did not get it for us, okay? Because she's trying to be messy, but she's not even that good at it, okay? I'm like, if you're going to be messy, girl, at least be good at it, okay? Get us the real tea, what happened to the car situation. So here it is, you guys. That's a story that RD is telling. Is he telling the truth? I think there is some truth, you guys. There is some truth in what he's saying, just like there is some truth in what Nonko is saying. But there's also lies in what they're both telling us, because the stories are not. The only time the two people are telling a complete truth is if the story matches, but it doesn't match. So there's a truth and there's lies somewhere in there. I don't know what you guys believe, but I was like, Slee. I think Slee's relationship with Nonko is like done now, I know Nonko said it earlier on before the sit down. She said, I don't think there's hope between me and Slee. But I know Nonko that she was going to go to the reunion and said, listen, I thought about it. I spoke to Jesus, my brother Jesus, and my brother said I must give Slee another chance. So I just want to sit here and say, if you want to mend things, we can do it, okay? But I feel like that is not going to happen now. I feel like that relationship is done. Oh, shame. It is done, okay? I guess Slee doesn't care that much. You know, she really didn't care if they make up or not, because if she did, she wouldn't have gone and sat down with Ardi. But hopefully, you guys, now we can just close. But Nonko is not going to close. How do I forget? Okay, before I end this. Another thing that's important is that at the reunion, you guys, at the reunion, Nonko said that she can't talk about Ardi because we were all waiting for her to explain herself. She said she couldn't talk about Ardi because the thing was in court. It was a legal matter. Now, Ardi said there was no legal matter. There was no legal matter, meaning that the only legal thing now is now the one that is now after the show, after they shot this season, is now when Ardi is the one that is taking Nonko to court. But there was never a situation where Nonko was taking Ardi to court. That never happened. So Nonko lied about that. Am I shocked? No, you guys, because Nonko is a liar. Nonko lies on the show a lot. If you pay attention to the things that she said, she lies a lot, Nonko. She'll say things and deny them. And yeah, I think she just lied at the reunion because she did not want people to ask them about the situation. Because obviously, if you say it's a legal matter, nobody's going to force you to talk about something that is in the courts, okay? We're going to leave it to the courts, and maybe afterwards we'll ask you what happened. But Ardi's like, listen, if there was a court case, don't you think that the people would know when I was going to court with Nonko? Maybe someone will have a footage somewhere that I was in court with Nonko, because social media was on my back at that time about whatever it is that I was doing. So don't you think that if really there was a court situation between me and Nonko, that everybody will know about it if I was making an appearance in court? He says that it's because there was never any court. Okay. Now I'm like, Nonko, now, if a guy stole 300,000 rands worth of material from me, are you not going to go to the police station? Are you not going to sue him? Are you not? So I'm like, did he steal, you guys? Because why would you not open a case, something, if a guy has stolen from you 300,000 and your workers are saying, yes, his workers came here and took the material? Why would you not do that? You know? So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. For both of them, there's some truth in what they're telling, and then there's some lies. And we know for sure that Nonko lied about the court situation, because nobody has ever spoken about the court thing. We've never even seen the court papers, but we've seen Ardi's court papers. We've seen Ardi's court papers. When he said that he was going to sue Nonko for defamation, we saw the court papers, you know. That was after the show, which was after the sit-down, Slee. But before then, there had never been any court situation. Even, guys, listen, go on Zimoja. I did an article, I did a video yesterday, and I read an article from Zimoja. Was it yesterday? No, over the weekend, I think. I read an article from Zimoja. In that article, Nonko is responding to Ardi's papers, you know, attorney letter that was sent to her. In the response, she does not say anything about, you know, I mean, you would think the response would be like, listen, please note that we have a thing that is outstanding with the court with regards to this situation. She doesn't say that in the response. What does it mean? There was never any legal thing before there was Ardi's legal thing. Sis is lying. But then uSlee says, I hate liars. I'm like, girl, you don't hate liars because you are there, you know, hanging out with Angel Ndlela. She's like, I hate lies. I hate people who lie. You are lying. You don't hate liars because you are over there being friends with Angel. And Angel is a big lie. Okay? She's not even a liar at this point. She is a big lie herself, and you are hanging out with her. But you hate liars. So you hate liars if a liar is no cool, but you love liars if the liar is Angel Lela. Get out of here. Anyway, you guys, I'm disappointed in today. I love the fact that we got to hear from RT. I love it, okay? Love it for the show. But I'm not liking Slee this season. I've tried, you guys. Even when they were saying that the dress is what, guys, today she was wearing the one with the, you know? I was like, guys, listen, I'm liking the dresses. I'm sure she's giving some young designer a chance, to dress her this season. I was like, I'm even willing to give her dresses a chance. People are saying things about Slee's dresses. I'm like, no, guys, there's nothing wrong with Slee's dresses, okay? But now I'm like, hey, maybe there is something wrong with these dresses because your heart, girl, Slee's off this season, you guys. She's definitely not the Slee that we met in season 1. Now I'm like, hey, maybe you did date your aunt's ex, or maybe you did date your aunt's ex, because now we can see your heart. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.